After that, and I moved to Montreal because for college, where I was studying photography. And the school in Sorel didn't last too long. I had my first two matches only a few months after I started
Oh
training,
wow.
and after unfortunately they closed the wrestling part of it because there was also a boxing school. The boxing school is actually still open, but the wrestling school was only open a few months. So, I mean, the timing was good that I was moving to Montreal to study because there was a lot more wrestling promotions. So I started wrestling, training with at the Royal Wrestling Ring with Len Kojak Shelley, who was wrestling for international wrestling in Montreal. I was training with him and his son Eric. It's funny because Eric was in the tournament for the first cruiserweight championship at WWE back in, my God, 98, I think, or
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think so. I think it was 98, like the first ever like cruiserweight belt they had. He was in that tournament. So I trained with him. And Len was a very good friend of Viviane Vachon. And that's the reason why actually he came to see me at a training I was attending. He's like, "You seem bored, and I see a lot of Viviane in you. You want to push, you want to steer the pot, change things just like her." So that's why he took me under his wing, and I've learned so much from him. Only in a few months, because it wasn't long either. Like it was so hard to get schools then. So I went really from Sorel to Len to then I ended up at the ICW in Montreal, which when I learned under the Prue brothers. And what really I think ended up being my last training besides like seminars or doing trainings here and there, because it was a lot back then of learning by yourself. Old school wrestlers would take you under their wing, show you, and then they would just throw you in the lion's den and then like, "Hey kid, gotta learn." And then you would learn at every batch, which is one thing that changed today with the quality of wrestling schools we have everywhere. But basically that was my training. It was learning things here and there, learning, a few things by myself, making mistakes, doing it again, and trials and errors, a lot of it.
Do you think because